Good day everyone. I am John Vincent and I will talk about the Sustainable Development Goal 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, and Goal 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. So, the Sustainable Development Goal 11 or SDG 11 is one of 17 goals that make up the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development that provides targets and guidance for urban planning to support cities with growing population. So the SGD 11 is about making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. The goal says cities should ensure access to safe and affordable housing, public transportation, and public green spaces. It states that cities should be resilient to natural disaster and protect those in vulnerable situations. Because SDG 11 is a comprehensive, complex goal, creating sustainable cities that can withstand both climate change and unprecedented growth. Sustainable development and the goals contained within it are important because nations are facing new challenges as their cities grow in size and in population. For example, the 2019 Progress Review of SDG 11 stated globally urban areas are expanding at a faster rate than their populations. Between 2000 and 2014, areas occupied by cities grew 1.28 times faster than their populations. This means that the cities are sprawling and becoming less dense. This leaves some urban residents without access to necessary infrastructure like public transportation. So next is the SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, that is also created by the United Nations Agenda 2013. So this is vital as we work to increase access and standards living while creating more sustainable world. Right now, we face many issues regarding this topic. So from 2000 to 2010, total domestic material consumption rose from 58 billion to 71 billion tons. So it's a problem because some of this increase is from rising use of natural resources. As many of us strives for sustainable development and economic growth, it is important we decrease our use of natural resources, minimize generated waste pollutants. So the 1 billion tons of food goes to waste every year while 1 billion people go hungry and 1 billion undernutrition that can cause death of many people. Yes. And there are 11 targets for SDG 12. So the target 1 implement the 10-year framework and program on sustainable consumption and production of all countries, acting with developed countries taking the lead considering the development and capabilities of developing countries. And the target 2 by 2030 achieve the sustainable management and efficient use of natural resources. The target 3 by 2030 halve per capita global food waste at the retail and consumer levels and reduce food losses along production and supply chains, including post-harvest losses. The target 4 by 2020 achieve the environmentally sound management of chemicals and all wastes throughout their life cycle in accordance with agreed international frameworks and significantly reduce the release to air, water, and soil in order to minimize their adverse. Target 12.5 by 2030 substantially reduce waste generation through prevention, reduction, recycling, and reuse impacts on human health and the environment. Target 12.6 encourage companies, especially large and transnational companies, to adopt sustainable practices and to integrate instability information into their reporting cycle. Target 7 promote public procurement practices that are sustainable in accordance with national policies and priorities. Target 8 so by 2030 ensure that people everywhere have the relevant information and awareness for sustainable development and lifestyle in harmony with nature. And target 9 or A support developing countries to strengthen their scientific and technological capacity to move towards more sustainable patterns of consumption and production. The target B or 10 develop and implement tools to monitor sustainable development impacts for sustainable tourism that creates jobs and promotes local culture and products. And lastly, the target 11 or called C rationalize inefficient fossil fuel subsidies that encourage wasteful consumption by removing target distortions in accordance with national circumstances, including restructuring taxation and phasing out those harmful subsidies. So that's all and thank you.